Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to Fantasy Forecast for Saturday, December 3rd, 2016. You're looking at the DraftKings lineup from yesterday in front of you. This is the updated one. Easily enough to win a cash line on DK. That was around 260, 265 to cash. We hit 282 on DK, so that was just fine. FanDuel was a little bit more dicey. FanDuel, you can see right here, 295. You guys can pause the screen on either of these scores if you want. This was barely enough to win some cash games. It was a halfway cash win. I heard from enough people that said the 50-50s, theirs didn't cash, even though some others did. I heard from other people that said, theirs did and others didn't. And I myself had a double up that lost, so along with the double up that won. So it's just, this was a right on the edge line. Halfway win for FanDuel for cash. Full win for DK. Let's just go ahead and move on to today's lineups. On DraftKings, here's our upcoming lineup for today. And I'll go through all the players and the positions in a moment on FanDuel. Dragic at your point guard, Gibson at your shot guard, Durant at your small forward, Mirotic at your power forward, center position is Gasol, guard for Ellington, forward is Tucker, and the utility spot is Whiteside today. On to FanDuel. Okay, now this is today's FanDuel cash game lineup. I'll run through the picks real fast just like I did, and then I'll go through all the positions. Schroeder and Dragic at the point guard today. Ellington and Thompson at your shot guard positions. Crowder and Durant for your small forward positions. Mirotic and Green at your power forward positions. And Whiteside for your center today. Now let's go ahead and go through all the positions real fast. Okay, today is an interesting day. We've got an 8-game slate, so it's a nice roundabout area, but we have a ton of value that has opened up on today's slate all of a sudden. Miami has a ton of value. Winslow out, Richardson out. The list goes on and on down there. They've got 4 guys out right now, so Miami players are going to be bargains. In particular, though, I'm taking where the bulk of the scoring is going to go on that team today. And I'm going to take Goran Dragic, no question, and I'll take Whiteside at the bottom end. So other than that, though, let's review, and we'll hit some value spots at the very end of all these two. Lillard is not a good defender. That's why I like Dragic against him. Miami, though, it's going to be hard to spend up today, guys. You don't have a Boogie. You don't have a Westbrook. You don't have a Harden. You don't have a Davis. So there isn't really a 10,000 spot today besides Durant. And he's in actually a really good position. Lillard is a GPP play today to me. Because he can give you the performances that you need, but I don't like him running against Miami when it's easy that Miami will do their best to stay in it, but Miami could get blown out. So I'm fading off Lillard today. I do like Curry today at the 9,500. I think if you're going to spend up, you probably want to look at Curry more so than Lillard. That's just my opinion. But you're aiming for that Phoenix Golden State game. There's going to be a ton of scoring in that game. So you're going to want to grab some of that peripheral scoring. Lowry against Atlanta. Don't like today. Walker is an interesting GPP play. I like him in GPP. Isaiah Thomas, steady Eddie. I take him over Bledsoe today, honestly. I know that that's the faster game, but for a cash game, I take Thomas. If you're at the 8,100 go, I'll do Bledsoe for GPP. This one's fun right here. Schroeder and Rondo are both great plays today. No question. Schroeder is a cash game play. The guy only ran 24 minutes yesterday, and they're probably going to give him the full run today, 32, 33 minutes. It was a back-to-back, so they wanted to rest him a bit. Millsap's out again. Take Schroeder to the bank in a cash game. He's a lock for 30, if not 35. Rondo looks awesome, too. I think the guy can run 35, even higher. He's got a ceiling of 50 today, guys. I'm not kidding. He has a ceiling of 50. Now, why would I not put him in this lineup? Because he's not safe for cash. He's great for a GPP, but he's not safe as a cash pick. Schroeder is pretty much guaranteed minutes and time and scoring with Millsap gone. His usage has skyrocketed. Rondo will probably see a usage increase as well with Wade being out, but he's thrown up enough stinkers in his career and over the season where, if he just gives you 25, 28 points, especially against that Dallas opponent, you're going to be sad. That's a GPP pick. I don't know how much more clear I can be for people to explain what's a GPP and what's a cash. The GPP picks have tons of risk. The cash games have steady Eddie floors. Muti against Utah, pass. Deron Williams against Chicago is an intriguing play today. Definitely GPP. Dallas is so damn banged up down there. I mean, if the Mavs can do anything at all, someone's going to have to score for them. I did like that over on DraftKings. That's why I have Gibson in there. I think that their point guard position is just sorely lacking, and that Gibson will probably take up 30 minutes today. Not so much 30 points, maybe 25 points, but Rubio, pass. I've mentioned him before. He does nothing with his time, guys. It's so annoying. Tyler Johnston, great spot again. He could be like the Rajon Rondo today with how banged up Miami is. GPP pick for sure. Rodriguez, well, you're getting a lot cheaper. So if you need to save money and you're at that 4,400 level, he only needs 22 points to pay value, right? He's got a Boston opponent. That shouldn't be bad for a point guard. Nelson, too much back from Denver. I'd be avoiding. Harrison has gone up in price, and Harrison looks really nice as, you know, if you need to punt the point guard position, Harrison still looks good. He's only gone up $400. So, you know, you go up $400. I mean, on DraftKings, I think he's like $5,000, which is just, okay, he's price fair. But you got a Laker opponent. I mean, you can't ask for much more in fantasy. So Harrison, if you're going to punt the position, wonderful pick. Be passing on Murray today as well. Shelvin Mack is interesting, guys. I know Dante Exum has been getting the start, but it seems to me what's going on over there is they're seeing if Exum is hot off the bat. And if he's not hot, Mack comes in, and then Mack just basically soaks up the majority of the minutes there. So I'd be running more of a Mack line if I'm going really cheap at point guard. There's Gibson again, 25 points, perfect with how much Dallas has been banged up. And I wouldn't go much cheaper than 3,600 because at 35 you got the Exum. I don't like the Exum pick today. And that's about it for the point guard position. Let's move over to shot guard. Shot guard, you gotta like DeRozan today on a slate that you really can't spend up much. I mean, if you have the money to spend up after dropping everywhere else and it's a stars and scrubs strategy for you today, DeRozan, no problem. He's probably a lock for his 40 points today, which is about a 4.5 times value. And if he can get you up to 45, well, you're a happy camper, right? Toronto and Atlanta can play fast. Just because Vegas says that they're, 195, 200, whatever, don't mean they can't run to 210 or something. McCollum, I think he's a little too high priced against Miami right now. The blowout risk really scares me with that game. It really does. I don't mind taking the Miami. There isn't enough on Miami. Even if they start getting blown out, they're going to have to run some of the cheaper guys. But Portland won't. Portland won't be able to put scrubs in or the stars in, and it's really tough to predict. So for a cash game, I'm sticking away. Tatum, same thing, sticking away. Bradley looks okay today. GPP pick. Levine looks pretty good too. I would be considering Levine today against Charlotte. That's fine. Booker's cheap enough in that fast game where you can take a gamble on him. He's scoring dependent, but if he hit 30 points, he's going to easily pay value and then some. The Lakers and Memphis should play close. If you're looking at GPP picks and you're a Lakers fan, I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm not going to play it. I like my money. But Clarkson and Williams, both GPP picks today. Wesley Matthews, the guy is getting so much run down there. Now, the last game he played, 1 for 11 from the field, guys. It was miserable. But if you don't think he's going to do 1 for 11 again, well then, if he gets the same minute run he had before, Wesley Matthews is a screaming steal on your shot card today. I only nabbed him because I can take Ellington and it didn't fit. If I had the money, I would have gone Matthews. Instead, I'll take Ellington, who's getting an incredible run, and the same thing with Miami, so banged up. Great value there, so I'll take it today. Magruder as well, he'll see run. He's a little scoring dependent, but at that cheap a price, you don't need to do all that much to make value. I mean, technically, you could punt the whole shot guard position today, and it's a weaker shot guard slate. I mean, DeRozan's the top, so you can definitely punt the whole position. I took Clay in there, and I'm going to take that he's getting some scoring with the Golden State game, and I took Ellington. Small forward today. You do have Kevin Durant at the top, but I've already selected him. I've already mentioned the game. I like Butler too against Dallas, but I hate the Dallas opponent. So for a cash game, I'm staying away. Hayward plays Denver, but he's gotten too expensive for me at that price. I figure he's good for 40, but now he's at 5 times value. So, and I don't see his ceiling. So that's that. Wilson Chandler, man, he was a good play even with the people coming back, but he's still, it's not good enough for the moment. It's Utah. He's playing Utah, really. Barnes is so scoring dependent. I can't take him in a cash game. I just can't. Crowder. Now, I'd mentioned Crowder yesterday in the video. He's still getting starter minute run, and they haven't adjusted his price up on FanDuel. So you can take that and just run it to the bank. He was just okay in his last game. The opponent is a lot better. The opponent is a lot sweeter. He should run up to a 30, 35 a day. If you're going to go cheaper, you've got options, though. Harkless will be hidden against a Miami team that's beat up. You can look at Harkless for sure today. You can look at Johnson for sure because Miami is so beat up. Someone's going to have to do something for them. I like Johnson a lot, actually. And once you start getting cheap, Turner has blowout risk. Carroll's back in after a 1-game rest, but he's got an Atlanta opponent, so I don't see much more than 20 fantasy points. Ingram is an interesting choice on a game that's going to be even, and so is P.J. Tucker. P.J. Tucker's got that fast-paced game, and if Phoenix can hang with Golden State at all, or hell, even if they get behind and they decide to toss him in, he seems to get a lot of minutes over there, regardless of the situation. So Tucker is a sneaky little play. I like Ingram, though, today. Ingram is definitely on the list of GPP to target. If I'm not mentioning them, guys, it's because there's too many names here and I don't see a reason to. And that's about it. I mean, if you're looking at like Justin Anderson possibly, because they're so beat up, like I've said in Dallas, he'll probably get another decent run of minutes today. You can look at that sheet if you want, but that's the only guy at 35 I would be considering rostering today. I already mentioned Durant. Let's move on to power forward. At the top of the list, we have Millsap, who's already out. We're taking advantage of it. We got Schroeder. Randall has a great game, then he has a disappointing game. Who knows? This is a GPP pick for sure. Could be 20, could be 40. I think Dieng needs to be 5,500. He's still too expensive for me. Ferried against Utah, pass. Taj, people are going to chase the points, but he's got that Dallas opponent. I wouldn't today. I'd stay away. And you get much cheaper. Maybe JaMychal Green against the Lakers. Oh, but Mirotic. I mean, you got to have Mirotic today, guys. He's going to pick up the start instead of Wade. He's your first value pick to lock in today, guys. So Mirotic is just in for me. I like Muscala again. He disappeared yet again. He didn't get the start in his last game, but in the second half, he kind of came back and did something. So the last game, he started the second half. He might be in line to start again. Maybe they just wanted to limit his minutes on a lower night. Who knows? Dudley. Dudley's another sneaky little pick today for Phoenix. There's the news on Babbitt being out. The guy isn't much of a screw. He plays a lot of minutes, so they're going to have to be redistributed. And I don't see much else in the super cheaps here. I just don't. So that's that for the power forward position. Oh, and I took Draymond Green as well. You saw that. At your center today, and the elephant in the room, Karl Anthony Towns. I told everyone to stay away off him yesterday, or turned out to be a smart move to stick off Cat. Cat's still too expensive. How can you pay $9,400 for 40 points? When Whiteside's going to cost you below $9,000 and give you 50 today. Yeah, he's going to give you 50. I'll call that. The center is a lock today for me. I love him at 8,600. He should be 9,000. He's not. I'll take the value instead of the $400 overprice. Horford looks wonderful. More so on DraftKings than here, but he's been putting up really good scoring quietly. People are going to pay $7,300 for him and walk away with 40 points today. Gasol, though, is intriguing. For $200 less, you could get 40 or 45. Gasol has major upside against the Lakers. They're weak against the center position. If you're spending down from Whiteside, Gasol is my first target if you've got the 1,500, and that's, go Gasol. If you can't go with the gas can, then you're going to have to go a little cheaper. Let's see. Gobert against Denver is interesting because it's a faster game on the other side of it. I'd still be passing. It's a GPP pick. I mean, I would even consider Gasol in cash today, but not Gobert. I'd be passing Plumlee, I'd be passing JV, I'd be passing Rolo, passing Tyson. Actually, a lot of these guys I'd be passing. I mean, you can look at Okafor today thinking, hey, Embiid is out, but I wouldn't go that way. I don't see much else at the center position. Yeah, you really can't go too cheap there. All right, so let's back out and let's do the 2-minute roundup. All right, so for your FanDuel cash game lineup, and I will do an update on Twitter if it's necessary for last minute value. Link is in the description on this video. Just look down there, follow me on Twitter, and I'll either tweet out an update video that you can watch, or I will tweet an actual lineup if there's not time to post a video. DraftKings and FanDuel. If I don't post them, it's because there isn't an update. For today, Schroeder and Dragic at your point guard positions for cash games, single entry. Shot guard, Ellington and Thompson. Small forward, Crowder and Durant. Power forward, Mirotic and Green. And it's your center today, Whiteside. Back into DraftKings. Your optimal lineup for DraftKings, cash games only, single entry. Goran Dragic, Gibson at the shot guard, Durant at your small forward, Mirotic at your power forward, Gasol at your center, Ellington for your guard, Tucker for your forward position, and Whiteside at your center today. Thank you guys so much for watching Fantasy Forecast. I really appreciate all of your support. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click that button and subscribe. It's what keeps this free channel going. I will continue doing free lineups for you guys as long as you guys keep on subscribing and watching the videos. Thanks again so much for watching today. I really hope you guys have been winning some money with me lately. That's really the whole point of this. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. Comment in the video below. I respond to comments once a day. If you like the lineup, thumb it up. If you don't like the lineup, thumb it down. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Go on out there and go win some big money.